Hello guys, Susanna here. Well, I'm very excited to be able to share with you turning a men's shirt, you don't get to see the whole shirt, I'll move this, into a vest. So I've just bought this shirt from the op shop. I may sort of cut it down, I'll just see how I go, but for now I'm just going to be deconstructing and doing a few of the bits. I've got some packs on my website. Got yo-yos and this sort of stuff, and I've got basically everything that I'm going to show you here is in the kit. So there was another little piece, hang on, I've got to find it, here it is. Everyone gets something from that as well, so that's got to go there. So everything that you see here, where's my stash? This is my leftover stash. So and everyone gets a piece of cutter quilt. Where's that piece on my one? Is that in here too? Hang on. Oh. Yeah, so just go onto the website and have a bit of a sticky. It should be in there. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Everyone's got a piece from this quilt that we're doing, and I've also got this from Purveyor of Reclaim Fabrics. So I might put that on the back, so because the colours are just perfect. But I thought if I'm going to be making it with you guys, I need to make something that's going to be suiting that, and that just goes perfectly with that. So what we are going to do now, so you've sort of seen the bits and pieces that I've got and what I'm using. How perfect is this? And the red goes perfectly with that. I just love this fabric. This is actually, it's from the Howard store, that from Corinne, that, you know, in Howard. It's actually the old stock, but it's new, like, because I thought, gee, it's very hard to find seersucker like this that's new, but it's the old stock that the old guy used to have, but it's just been sitting in the back and it's basically new. So, and this is old stock to 2001, so it's a 23 years old. So yeah, and then this is Kath Kidson, little bits and pieces. I want to have a piece with that in there because this is the colour of my handbag. If anybody of you see me in my retreats, I've got this colour handbag in the Kath Kidson. And I've got this, and I want to cut out, I'll probably cut out the iris and maybe that. So I gave everyone a big piece of this so that they could cut out and embellish with some of the beautiful big flowers. So they're all different, you know, I think there might be about 3 with the iris. Everyone got a piece of this. I will be unpicking it. I think this is from an antique shop, so I'm going to unpick mine. I got the bad one, as I always do. For some reason, just in this part, see how it's blue? A bit bluish, I don't know why. So, but very old fabric, and then that on there. So, but I thought, I don't mind it. So if you get some with a bit of a bluish tinge to it, yeah, got that in an antique shop. Anyway, I'm going to sit down. And I'm going to put the seat up. And everyone gets, you know, 9 of these. I tried to pick out the ones that have got, you know, the red, hopefully it's not too shining, a bit of the green, you know, like just to match this. So, and if you don't end up with a kit, that's okay, because I've only got, Corinne's got one, and then I make 16. That way I end up with 15 kits, and it's just so much easier for me to you know, cut up the fabric. 16's an even amount, and then I will keep one and use it as an instructions, and then I have 15. So Corinne's got one, so I have got 14, And just before I made this video, ironically, I've sold one because it was up on my website. I just put it up on the website today and I didn't advertise it. So, yeah, but this is beautiful. So there you go. A lot of them have got a bit where you unpick it. Look how much extra you get. That much. Hopefully you can see it. Okay, well, there's enough of the fabrics, even though they're gorgeous. Love these two. You can see they just go springily. Okay, so what we're going to do, this is a beautiful old beautiful tablecloth, and it had roses, so some of them have got those. They had napkins, and so most of them got napkins, and then there was smaller bits with the same piece that's in the napkin. So so everyone's got something from them, but I didn't have enough of the bigger pieces. I think 3 of them have got an embroidered doily. But everyone's got at least the napkin, so you've got something which has got lace on it, and, you know, doilies and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, and a doily to go. I'll just put that over. Okay, enough yabbering. Let's get stuck into this. So what you need to do is we're going to get, I'm doing, you get the collar and you just cut it on this part here. So all we're left with is that. And it's all good that it's raw. This is what I've enjoyed watching Tracy Myers. She just does this sort of stuff. What we're going to do on the collar is we're going to get some fabric and cover the edge of it, a bit like I did with that. So whether we do one piece of fabric that we really like or get bits and pieces. So, you know, how I've done that, it's one fabric. So, and this is why I wanted the cutter, so that we could do something like this. I really love this. I don't think I'm going to do much more to that. Maybe just stitch on the outside. I'm, you know, going home and already making something else. But when I saw this, I'm like, oh yeah, I reckon I wanted to make a vest, and I was going to make a vest out of this fabric, which we've taken up a lot. And I'm like, I want to share this fabric with you. It's just so beautiful. American folk fabric. So I've also got another kit in red and blue, and it's got these two in it and a lot of other blue fabrics, because I had enough left over to make another lot of 15. So there we go. Gone. Because that is more like a you know, a vest collar. So where is I'm gonna take off the buttons, and I'm also going to cut the sleeves, because vests are sleeveless. So once again, it seems like, ooh, you know, just be game. If you want to start on the bottom and just maybe give it a little bit of a snip and then cut it out that way. There we go. And you got the guideline. Got the guideline of the line there. And this fabric here, because men's shirts are great. I always look at the men's shirts when I go to op shops, because they are cotton and they are just such good fabric to have in your stash, you know, to do the slow stitching. So this sleeve is not going to be wasted. I'm going to be putting that in my stash. The collar I'll probably just, I might throw out, or I might make one of those really cute collars, you know, that you see sitting there with a little button. I don't know, maybe, but I don't want to, you know, just something else that it's going to clutter up your room, isn't it? So yeah, so I've got something in a fairly versatile colour that's going to match. So something in cream, or even if you get a white one like I've got. That's why with the doilies, and the doilies, and the I've got this lace. You don't have this lace, so you need to grab some lace, whether it be, this sort of stuff like on the end of tablecloths. They are really good. So yeah, I got this from Purveyor as well. I might put that on the bottom like I did with my other jacket. So I may end up cutting the bottom of my vest. We'll see how we go at this point. I'm just going to do the sleeves and the collar, and maybe I will take off the what are they called? I'll take off the pockets, and I'm going to put them down lower, because when you have a a vest, when I have vests, I've had pockets that are a little bit lower, because I sort of want this to be a bit of a longer vest, because it hides everything. See, here we go. $5 from Vinnie's. How good's that? Okay, so I might as well chop that off, but it's good that I left it on there. So we've got extra buttons that we can take off. Put in your button stash. Okay, put that away and work on the other side. Nothing too exciting for you guys at this point, but there we go. Cut it. There. It's good that it's got the edge. I may have a lacy, put a little bit of lace to extend it, and have a little lacy collar, because I know that Tracy does that and they look really cute. All depends when I put this on how it looks. If I think it's too high and it needs a little bit more, when I wear a vest, I always wear something underneath it. Be careful, nearly snip that then, so when you cut, be careful. Okay. So I'm filming this in the evening. I've got the door closed, so hopefully the boys won't come in. My husband's reading, no surprise there. And the boys are in their room. If the door's closed, they generally know I am filming. That's why my son walked in on me the other day, because I had the door open. So what I am going to do, so it's starting to look a little bit like a vest. I sort of want like a long, almost like a long skirty vest. I think that'd be really cute. Just look what you can see at this point. Here we go. There's the collar, and here is the sleeve, well, sleeveless. So what I'm going to do now is going to unpick these, and all depends how long I have it. I'm going to put the pockets, I'll keep the base of the pockets down the bottom, probably here, where I'll put it in where you put your hands, because it's nice to put your hands in the pockets. I'll take off the buttons and see how I go with whether I replace them, or we'll just see how we go. So it's not going to be a quick video. So I thought I'll just take you along for the ride and do the preparation, and that way if you guys want to get your kits, you can do it along with me. So this is just the prep stage. Go and get yourself. Everyone's going to be going off to the op shops, having a look if they can get there, or raid your husband's cupboard. I'm sure I had a good white shirt. Yeah, I don't know where that went. Now, oh my goodness. Just have a look on the inside. See, look, there we go. Obviously, this husband had a pen. I'm just wondering if we start doing it here, I think I'm going to have to put something over the top of this, which I probably will. Start it. Once you can get started, the rest isn't so bad. Here we go. I've taken off a few pockets when I was doing, when I made the calendar thing and that from Lisa Maddock from Forage. You know, I'd gotten a lot of men's shirts and cut them up and used them for fabric, and I had all these pockets, and I'm like, what the heck am I going to use in these pockets? So there you go. See, this is why you don't put pens in pockets, boys. You don't see it, but you do if you take it off. But it'll be covered. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I had all these men's shirts which I'd unpicked and cut up, and because they got the most beautiful fabrics, and I try and go for the larger sizes, like extra large, or if I find a you know, 3XL or something, because you get more fabric. But sometimes it's the slim fit ones that have got really beautiful fabric, but they still charge the same as they do for a small one. So always pays. And vests are a little bit more, you know, I don't even have to have the buttons. I was actually even thinking maybe I might make some ties and sort of have it, you know, like an open vest. It's more about all the stitching and stuff on it. It doesn't have to close. So I know that Tracy Myers in her videos, if you don't know about Tracy Myers, she makes all look. She's got about 100,000 followers, so you probably would know her. One of you girls out there told me and Corinne about her when we were making our jackets, and yeah, she's great. She's got some really good ideas, but she always tends to make her jackets, I mean tops, really short, and then she puts lace and stuff on them because she's very boho. But if you like that look, you make it boho. Go and have a look at some of her videos. In a recent video, she made her own wedding dress because she recently got married. It was really sweet. Very boho style with lots of lace. Okay. And that was just I think a skirt and a mixture of bits and pieces that she's got. I don't think I'm going to be using that part. I will keep this part as a template, or even use it, stitch some stuff on there, and then re-stitch it back on just that part, not this part. So keep this aside because it is a good size, and it's probably easier to stitch and do stuff on it while it is off, and then stick it down later. So it all depends what I end up doing and how I you know, how I put my fabrics and everything down. Okay. Not easy. So hopefully you just, yeah, this is none too exciting watching me unpick. So, but it's a job that needs doing. Oh, see, look, got a bit of a hole in it, but that's okay because we're going to cover this baby. This is where the fabric's going to go. So, you know, definitely, because I need to cover that. So I'll keep him. I'll unpick this top, and I won't let you endure doing the other side, but I will do this, and I'll do the other one on my time. and then we can start laying some fabrics and everything on this side, you know, like as in laying and pinning. Lots of pinning, and you can do it, sew it all by hand if you wish, like if you really want to do the slow stitching, but I sew the outside on the machine, just a quick straight or a zigzag stitch, all depends where it is, and then I go and embellish it later, so much quicker to do it that way. But if you haven't got a machine, that's all good, because you can do it by hand. Just do a running stitch and do a bit of an invisible stitch to hold your pieces down a bit. Oh, this is a bit of a bugger. Be careful, you don't want to hurt yourself, but you also don't want to put more holes in your shirt. So I could probably pause. Yeah, see, I've just put a hole. And I'll be back once I've unpicked that, because I think it's going to take a bit. So I'll be back, and then we can do some fun stuff. Okay, I am back again. As you can see, it did leave a little bit of a mark, and it's got this there. I gave it a bit of an iron because there was a crease in there. So there's actually quite a bit of creasing and marks, but that's okay because we're going to cover this baby. So I also thought, as I was taking it off, we could have, you know, like a little pocket there, like cover it, and do, if you want to, you don't have to take off the pockets. You can put that there and have like a little fake pocket like this. This is a pocket, this size. Or you can cover it and then stitch down here, and you can have a tiny little pocket. So I'm thinking I might do that. And then this part is going to go down here and probably have a pocket around about there. But I'm going to cover it. So, but what we're going to do now, so utilise your bits, is grab out some pieces. Okay, now this is where, you know, pinning, get yourself some cardboard. I might even take this off and get some cardboard, and you put it underneath, because this is where the pinning is going to go. So I'm just going to make sure that I am in camera, and I'll try and so when we do it, it's going to be like that, isn't it? And that's going to be on top. So like I did last time, I really like, you know, tucking. There's a tiny little slip, so I tuck it right close to the edge, so it looks like it's coming out. And did I? Oh yeah, this is the buttons. So this is, yeah, men's shirt, opposite way. There you go. So yeah, so I'll probably take off the buttons, and I went over the bit with the, is it the buttons? Yeah, the two buttons are on the top, and then on the other side, yeah, where the holes are, that's where I put that, because that's the bit that will be on the top, and that's what you see if I choose to do that again. So we'll see how we go. You don't want to do the same. But what I want to do, definitely want to put something on here. So just double checking, yep, making sure that this is where you guys can see. Okay, well, sorry if I am out of camera. If I work in this patch, should be right, and then I'll bring the collar forward. Okay, now get out our bits and pieces. I was thinking of possibly using this at the back. I was going to put this on the back actually, So this is just a cutter quilt. Gee, how good does that go with it? I'm gonna probably cut that so it's a little straighter, and I'm gonna, you know, like I've got a pinking shears. That's always helpful. That's what I've done with this one. So do I use it that do this on that side? Because it's got, see, you lift that up, and it's going to be a little bit higher because we've got a mere pocket here, because this is a longer piece. So what I'm going to do, what I might do is actually use that. Yep. So I'll put that there. I would like to have that fake pocket, but I'm going to cover it. And what I'm going to do here is just use, mainly just use this glue for this bit, because it's sort of got to go underneath. And this is going to be a little bit higher than the one I had in the other. So, being a men's shirt, everything's going to be the wrong way around, but that's okay. That's why I may not end up putting the buttons back, because it can be a vest that doesn't have any buttons, and I might put some ties. I'll see how I go. I'm just going to pull that up to get this bit. See, just like that, it's covered. This almost looks like a man's shirt here, you know. So, and I will stitch that down when I stitch it. This bit here, see, I've got a bit that's got a join. Some of them have got bits have got a join. I might see how it's, should have had a look. This might be a fleecy piece. Just going to snip that so it will sit. You want it to sort of sit a little bit flatter. I might have to bring the iron up again. Here we go. I'll be back. So, typical, I unpicked it. Bugger it. Okay, I'm just going to push that down and make sure this sits down. And if it, see how it sort of, I did the same with this. You just cut it because it does need to sit flat. So at least it is sitting flat. And now I'm going to have to put some more glue on. That's okay. And this is, there we go. That sits, see, it's sitting better. There we go. Now, I'm just going to turn this off again and take two. Yeah, that sits because it's going to sit a little bit better. That's one good thing about using those pieces. There we go. They're good ironing boards. That's what they're mainly for. They're great for ironing. There we go. Didn't take long to get that back down again. There we go. Everything is sitting flat. Try and keep it as straight as we can, because I want to stick that on there. There we go. One thing about, yes, it's sitting up. One thing about patchworky stuff. Oh, I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, nice and wide. Certainly adds a bit of colour. I like it. We're going to stick bits and pieces on top of that. I unpicked this from my my quilt and my Botanical Beauties, and I actually don't mind that. I think that it doesn't look too bad, but we'll see. It goes. It may end up at the back. Okay, so what else have we got? Got this lace. But for now, pin, pin, pin. And this is why you have the cardboard underneath, so you're not pinning the bottom of your piece. So what I was going to do, have it come over. I will pin that way just so it doesn't move, and I'm probably going to do a straight stitch just along there on the machine, but for now we're pinning and designing. So what I am going to do now, what all I will do with this is I'll do a straight stitch there. I might do a zigzag here and then a zigzag along there, and then I'll come back and do some stitching on there by hand. So but you got to be careful, because this is a quilt cutter piece, and see, this is why you need, I've got it up, I need to have it up higher with the board underneath. Yeah, it's a quilt cutter piece and it is not straight, so try and get as many pins in there. I might put one here just to hold that down. I may even go along there if I use white just to hold that down a little bit. Up we go. Now, I think I'm going to leave it here because I've got a feeling, do I use some lace? Got this lace. Okay. Ooh. And I was thinking whether I put some lace on the side. And the reason why I've left a lot of stuff white is if you want to dye it, but it's got a bit of sort of like, it's cream and an off-white, so I don't mind. I personally think white and cream go. So oh, that's so pretty. I am going to definitely have, I really like this. If you can manage to get two, I think I'm going to use that as my pocket. Might have something different on there and then have it, I have to take that off. There we go. I'll have it as a shape there, and I'm going to use that as my pocket. I'll take the button off and then maybe either have the green or the red, but I'm thinking the red might be nice on that other piece. So on here is what I was thinking for the red. So there's a front and a back. So what I'm going to do, I like that there and there. Now, no, I am not going to be pedantic. I'm just going to cut it. And have the raw edge and stitch it down, like have that as the base. But I will definitely have something else besides just that. So hopefully I can see it. Yeah, just. Here we go. We'll cut it. Thought I wanted it to be sort of in the middle, having the right sides. So we've got enough for the other side. If we choose to do it on that side, I may not. It's going to go a little bit rounder. It's quite a nice, thick, durable fabric, so I think it should be all right. You know, if it frays. There we go. I like. You could probably, yeah, definitely want to do that there. And stitch. I'm reckoning I like this. Either have that now. You've all got some sort of lace on your pieces, whether it's just the napkin, so you'll have the napkin is actually pretty good because it's nice and small. That would have been quite good to have on here, but I only had a certain amount, so you could probably put that on there. So what I'm going to do, where's my little, see, you just don't know how this thing is going to turn out at all. Okay, it's going to be right hand side. If you choose to, you could probably even do it on the sewing machine to make sure that it's sitting straight, and you come back and you cut it perfect on the other side. There we go. Any bits that weren't any good, if it's been stitched down and you make a mess. I think if I remember correctly, when something was red on Corinne's one, and it looks like it was bleeding. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, the reason why I want to have that there like that, we do that and have it going over, covering that part and having this on the top. Put that away. Oh, we've got our yo-yos. We've got our yo-yos and our, I do have my yo-yos. Here we go. Got bits and pieces in here. Okay, I've got a couple of these little doilies, or I was thinking maybe that might work, because this works really well. And I've got 2 of them. Everyone gets 2 of them and 1 of these. So we can have one of these each on the pocket. If you choose to do the same, and then we'll stitch around, and then I'm going to get a yo-yo or a button. I do like that particular yo-yo. It is quite nice. I don't know if I put yo-yos on the other one. Oh, here she comes. Ugh. Don't know how long this video is going to be, but we're heading off in the right track anyway. When I did my yo-yos in the pack, I actually unpicked it. I sat there for quite some time. It was an old quilt, a yo-yo quilt. It is rumoured to be 1927, I think, or 28, but I don't know. Some of the colours look more, you know, some of them do look that old, but I'd say it's probably got that old fabrics. But then there was one in particular that I thought, yeah, this one, it looks more retro, and that one, they might have had something. So I've just put vintage, but they could be antique. So, and I thought, you know, they're really closely sewn, so I just did lots of 9, and I tried to save it so that we don't damage. Is that going to work? Or do we need something else? What do you think, peeps? That's gorgeous too, isn't it? It goes underneath. So many yummy things. They're not in the kit, but you've got other doilies that you can, you know, cut up and all that kind of stuff. So this was one that was in the kit, so you can probably cut it in half, or if you want to cut it in 4. But they're all just that little bit different because you don't have the same doilies. But I was lucky enough to get this and this, which is a matching lot. So I was thinking of putting this on the back. So, does that work? Does that work? Oh yeah, that doesn't look too bad, does it, peeps? And what about this? Oh, that might look good too. It picks up the white, and I am going to probably just tuck that underneath there, or you know, yeah, have it so it's not so straight. And I think on the other pocket I might use that one, or maybe even go that, because that looks really nice. So okay, we've got homework to do. I'm going to grab some fabric. I might see how I go. I was actually thinking this, but I think it's a little light. Need something along here, but I don't want it to be square, so I am going to sew it down, but then I'm going to sort of soften it a bit with some other colours. So this, I think, is that going to work there? I'm going to cut this here. And maybe cover some of that. I'll try and, I don't care if it's on a bit of an angle, I don't want to lose my handbag fabric. So I definitely will probably, I love that, do a zigzag stitch with this. Do I keep them? See how we go. There's spots on there, so everyone gets a piece around about that big, but I, you know, because I've got extra bits and pieces, so I kind of like that. Definitely we'll need something there. Maybe something like that, but it might be a bit much. We'll just leave it. Okay, it looks a lot darker in real life. It's so pretty. See, that looks good on there. Oh, the decisions. One thing I will do, I've got lots of little bits and pieces just sort of sitting here in fabrics. I'm going to cover that in that nice fabric. So I've got this bit, I've got that, I've got this, which I'm going to do as the pockets because I love it. What I might do is finish up now. I'm still umming and ahhing. I'll see how I go. I kind of like that. Does it need to go that way? Yeah, because it's got the pink there. I think. And it'll soften. Maybe that can go there. Bring that down. Have it on a bit of an angle. I don't know, people. Or definitely need that there. And maybe that on the other side. Or down lower. For now, sewing that on, I might unpick that and straighten this up. It's going to be a bit of a long video. Okay, we'll straighten this up. And then I'll pin it down. So that's what I'll do. That. So this is the layout that I'm going to have. So pick something, whether you get matching fabric that goes with the kit. I might even use some of this, even though it's got the black in there. I'll try and get as much as of the bits, like I might even just grab bits, you know what I mean? So it's got the colour in it, or even a bit of that. I definitely want some. I've got some of this left over, which may work really well. That was, yeah, I think I'm going to use that. That was left over from another kit that I had. So, you know, you're going to find bits in here that are going to match what you're doing. Well, we've got a bit of a start of what we're doing, and I did that because I wanted to cover this bit. So I'm going to go on the machine. I'll stitch that down, and then I'm going to cut that straight, and I'm going to stitch it down from there. So I'll go like that, and I'll stitch it down there and there. Might even use a pinky red. Like I'll stitch it down in white on the machine, but I'll do a pinky red and stitch it down with a running stitch. That would look really good. Oh, so good. Okay, well, go and find yourself something from the op shop, and this is what we're going to be doing for now. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do the other side. Definitely want to put something on the collar and something around that. So the next video that I'll do, this part will be stitched down by the machine, and then I'll be figuring out what we're going to do on the sleeves and the collar. So gives you a bit of time to go and find yourself something and collect your goodies together. Okay guys, thank you very much. I will catch you in the next video, which is probably going to be Botanical Beauties. Yeah, okay, thanks, bye.